Already we have discussed six number of questions on law of property, and now we'll discuss question number 7, which asks as the accessory follows the principle. How far the maxim is applicable to transfer of property. So, this particular maxim is related to provisions of Section 8 of the Transfer of Property Act, which exactly deals with general presumption as to transfer of property. So, the very provision of Section 8 of Transfer of Property Act provides that unless a different intention is expressed or implied, a transfer of property passes forthwith to the transferee all the interest which the transferor is then capable of passing in the property and in the legal incidents thereof. This section lays down that there is the general presumption in favor of a transferee of all the interest of the transferor. All interest and legal incidents thereof are comprised in the transfer of the property as it was decided in this very important leading case, Prabhat Kumar Behra versus Javra Khatun in 1978 by the Odisha High Court. The court will consider a document strictly. They will not speculate as to the intention of the transferor unless the intention is expressed or implied in the deed of transfer. The court will presume that a transfer of property passes immediately to the transferee all the interest in the property unless there is a different intention indicated in the deed. So, in this regard, we'll discuss the very illustration, and the illustration is that A sells a plot to a plot of land to B. There is a grove of mangoes on the plot. The sale deed makes no mention of the grove. It will be presumed that the grove passed unto B. The maxim, the accessory, follows the principle, which means that a thing which is attached to the main thing follows or remains attached with the main thing is embodied in the section 8 of Transfer of Property Act. Section 8 says that not only all the interest of the transferor pass to the transferee, but legal incidents of the property also pass along with the property. A legal incident means something which is accessory to the principal thing. It is a thing necessarily depending upon appertaining to or following another as rent is incident to reversion, something appertaining to or passing with or depending on another called the principal. So, in this regard, we would like to discuss one important leading case, and that is Divisional Forest Officer versus that in 1986 the Supreme Court expressed that transfer of land includes unless a different intention is expressed or implied. So, those trees standing on the very land which was transferred also transferred, and if it is not mentioned in the sale deed, then it would fall on general presumption as to transfer of property as provided under section 8 of the Transfer of Property Act. So the accessory follows the principal, as here the principal is the land and the trees standing on the land are the accessories. Then we will discuss another important leading case, and that is Rajendran versus Chintathambi Grounder in 2007 by the Madras High Court, and it is also relating to the same provision, that is relating to section 8 on the ground of general presumption as to transfer of property. So, in this particular leading case, Rajendran versus Chinathambi Gounder in 2007, the question was whether well situated in the land sold passed to the buyer, even if not so mentioned in this sale deed. The court held yes and dismissed the suit seeking declaration that the well belonged to the seller. The court held that well passed to the buyer as incident of land sold to him. So now we'll go to another illustration. So the very illustration is that A owns land to which a right of way is annexed and sells it to B. The right of way would pass unto B as a legal incident or as a thing appertaining to the principal thing, the house. So, in that connection, we'll discuss certain legal incidents or accessories, how they follow the principle, and in that context we'll discuss certain different heads such as land, house, machinery, debt, money, actionable claims as principal, and those legal incidents as accessory. So, in regards to land, the accessories of the principal, that is land, follows easements, rents, and profits and things attached to the earth once it is sold under a sale deed, even if it is not mentioned in the sale deed. And the second principle, that is a house those accessories follows this principle, that is house on the sold it without even mentioning of these accessories. It is a general presumption as to transfer of property under section 8, and those accessories to that principle, that is house, easements, rents, locks, keys, bars, doors, and things attached for permanent enjoyment and use. And as regarding machinery, so when machinery is being sold as the principal, then automatically the accessories like movable parts of the machinery attached to the earth, they follow the principle, and the principle here is the machinery as it is provided under section 8 of the Transfer of Property Act, which would otherwise falls under general presumption as to transfer of property. So also in case of debt as principal, the accessories follows those securities as legal incidents, and as regarding money as principal, as the property, the legal incidents or the accessories follows as interest, and as regarding of actionable claims as principal under the head property, those accessories as legal incidents follows the principal or the documents evidencing claim, and all such accessories which follows the principal, that is the property, and these accessories as legal incidents, even if it is not mentioned in the sale deed, it will be presumed as general presumption as to transfer of property under section 8 of the Transfer of Property Act, as regarding the very maxim that we made as a question, and that is question number 7, the accessory follows the principal. So, the very answer to this particular question, that the accessory follows the principal, how far the maxim is applicable to Transfer of Property Act 1882. First, we have examined the very provision of Section 8 of the Act, and in relation to that, we discussed one important leading case, and that is Prabhat Kumar versus Jawabra Khatun in 1978, decided by the Odisha High Court. So also, to clarify and to explain it properly, we have discussed the very illustration relating to the sale of a plot of land where a grove of mangoes are standing. So again we have discussed another important leading case, divisional forest officer versus that 1968 by the Supreme Court, where exactly on this particular plot of land sold trees standing on the land would be the accessories, and they follows the principle. So also we have discussed another important leading case, Rajendran versus Chinathambi Rounder in 2007. The Madras High Court also expressed the same view, that the well situated in the land that is sold is also considered as the accessory follows the principle, that is the land. And in regards to that also we have discussed another important illustration, and that is relating to a right of way is annexed to a particular land that is sold, whether it follows the principle as an accessory or not. And lastly, we have made two heads such as property as the principal and the legal incidents as the accessories, and how they followed. And if they are not found mentioned in the cell deed, then automatically it will fall under general presumption as to transfer of property as provided under Section 8 of Transfer of Property Act. And in our next upcoming video, we'll discuss question number 8, and which asks that state and explain the scope and object of rule against perpetuity.